Hello and welcome to MMDD 255 Emerging Multimedia Practice 2. This is a new semester where we're all here together again in this online format, right? This might look quite familiar to you if you were in Emerging Multimedia Practice 1 last semester. And so this class is structured quite similarly, though there are some shifts and changes for the new semester, so keep that in mind. But generally, you'll be doing a similar sort of self-directed project. The majority of your time in this course will be spent with a lot of self-directed learning. You will be going through resources on Blackboard, following the project process, meeting with me at specific times, meeting with classmates at specific times, all kinds of grand old things, right? Just like last semester, except this time it's a whole new project. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, last semester, it was, I think, quite a lot of onboarding, sort of getting you used to the general approach of the course, how it works as an online class, as well as what's expected of you with your projects. Since you've already done that process one time, right, and you have a nice reflection of your experience as well that you submitted at the end of last semester, if you want to review that, you can reflect on and remember where you were at, right? What did you learn about yourself during that whole experience? And how can you take what you learned from that class and now bring it into this course so that it's a smoother project process for you, right? And that you can create something even more significant maybe than what you made last semester, and something that continues to build on your skills as a multimedia designer and developer, and is something that you put in your portfolio to help you in your desired career direction, while also learning all sorts of great things along the way and feeling creatively fulfilled with what you make, right? That's all of the hopes and dreams of what you will be completing this semester in this class. So this video here is just a quick get you into the course. I'm going to switch around here to show you Blackboard in a second, and I'll be going through what's currently on Blackboard for you to review to get you started with the course. So I'll go ahead and jump in now. Here is Blackboard. Yes, you should see it. You are watching this video from here where it says video course intro, watch first. So good for you. That's great that you made it there. The main areas currently on Blackboard are the course and project overview area, which is important information for you to reference about the course and your self-directed project. The stage 1 propose and plan area, which involves researching project directions, proposing and creating a plan for your project that you'll complete this semester, as well as the remote team area, which is where you're going to get initially connected with your remote team. So all of this should already look quite familiar to you, right? You should already have some sense of how this is going to kind of go. However, you do need to go through and review the course and project information for this course this semester, because there are some things that are a bit different from last semester. It's very important that you know that, and that you just review, a lot of things about the course, like the evaluation criteria, how you do submissions, the AI policy, like things like that are covered in these slides here, which you can access. And there is a video of me elaborating much further on the information in the slides. So definitely watch this video. It's to make sure that you have a strong foundation of what you understand this course to be about, as well as what you should be spending your time on and all of that grand old stuff. And again, just like last time, the responsibility is on you to be doing all of this, right? Which puts a lot on your shoulders, but given you've already done it one time before, hopefully you feel more confident in your abilities to time manage and organize and all of that kind of stuff this semester. So definitely watch this video. And you can actually, if you open it on YouTube, you can go to the description and skip between specific areas if you might need to review it after watching the video. I know it might seem quite long, but you're also welcome to do it at 1.5, 2 times speed, right? If you really want to, just to make sure that you still. I'm moving quite fast there, like a chipmunk. Submissions this semester will be due on Mondays at, but very important stuff, right? That's covered in that video. And so I put the time into making it for you to make it clear and to elaborate on specific points that are important for you to understand this semester. So watch that video, make sure you understand all the information in it. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me for sure with them. There's also the official course outline and critical path here as well, for you to access, and that's all the course and project information, which that's the first thing you should do, is go through all of that. And just like last semester, you'll be having a timesheet where you keep track of the hours you spend on this course. And so going through those videos and watching this video and that video and going through the slides and stuff, that counts as time spent in the class, right? So keep that in mind. So at least an hour of your timesheet for this current part of the project should be spent with course review, if not a bit more time, just to make sure you really understand everything. But then you'll get into stage 1 of the project, which looks quite similar to stage 1 last time around, although it's a bit of a tighter turnaround in terms of when it's due. So this is due January 20th. If you look at the calendar, that is at the end of this Monday here. So you most likely will be seeing this video on the 13th. And so stage 1 is due basically within a week. So keep that in mind. That is when it is due, is at the end of that Monday. And you'll want to get it in on time so that you can start moving forward on your project. As you'll learn in the course and project overview, this class is a condensed version of the semester. It's 9 weeks instead of 14, so things are going to move a bit more quickly, but you still are expected to spend a similar amount of time overall on your project. So keep that in mind. So in the stage 1 area, there's a stage 1 overview that details in some written ways some of the things you'll be covering at this stage and the importance of it, which this is all should be review for you for the most part. But the purpose of stage 1 being to research, ideate, and determine your project direction, create a custom timesheet to use throughout the course so you can use the same one from last semester since you've already made it and it's already should be to your personal brand, and develop a proposal and plan for your self-directed multimedia project. That's what's most important. And it says here, if you're having trouble of what direction to take your project, check out the project ideas, examples, and ideation tips on Blackboard, which are right here. Right, so you can access this resource for potential ideas for your project. You can access this resource of project examples to check out examples from previous students. I've updated it, right? Projects with an asterisk here are ones that were from last semester. So there was a handful of projects that I felt could be inspirational for students in showing what's possible with this course. So I have put those there with asterisks so you can hopefully feel inspired by those. And you would have seen a lot of each other's projects at the end of last semester as well. So even just through that experience, hopefully you got a sense of just how broad the projects in this class can potentially be, right? All the different possible directions, and maybe found some inspiration even from your classmates and colleagues here. That would be fantastic. And, just to quickly highlight, for instance, a project here where a student did 3D modeling assets for The Sims 4. This is a really exciting project I found because the student came to me with this idea, right? It isn't like I said to the class, hey, if you want to make things for The Sims 4, you should do that as your project. I didn't even think about someone to do this for this class, but the student wanted to learn 3D design in Blender, and so they ended up going through this process of making a 3D model of this mug that they have, and then creating custom patterns for it, and then actually putting it out for the Sims 4 community to be able to have it in their game. That's awesome, right? So don't hesitate to try to explore things that aren't even listed here, right? This class is really meant to be a way for you to do your own creative exploration within the structure of this course. And so, really take some time to think about some interesting ways you might want to take this project in a way that'll feel fulfilling to you and will be great for your portfolio as well. And then there also are ideation tips here, being to just explore Behance, right? There's all kinds of projects on there from your colleagues, but also from all kinds of other designers, and you can just see different sorts of case studies, get inspired by the kind of work that you see people doing to start develop your own project. You wouldn't want to replicate 100% what someone else did, but you can use it as a starting point. And there's a prompt here that you could put into ChatGPT. I think I might need to refine some of this from what you're seeing in the video, which I will do. But you can just copy and paste this and fill it out with your relevant information into ChatGPT. I would have provided this last semester as well, and you can use AI to help generate some ideas and directions for your project. If you do use this method, of course, make sure to state that you used AI for ideation, that you use ChatGPT when it comes to submitting your project proposal, which you'll see is here in your stage 1 submission. Again, should look pretty familiar to you. You're requested to submit a timesheet for stage 1, as well as the proposal of your project and a plan, right? And so the timesheet, this is the template here if you want to start from scratch, but you're welcome to use the design you used last semester, but you will be starting from 0 again in terms of your total hours. The project proposal, I've gone through this template last semester, so you can definitely review it here, but you need to include a project summary, your scope and goals, the personal relevance of this project to you, how it connects to your career goals, include any example projects, what skills will you be developing throughout this process, resources you'll need to access, tools you'll need to use, and then an overall stage 1 through 4 plan here to give a broad sense of what it is you'll be working at on each stage, as well as include any sources used in your document, including if you use ChatGPT or any AI. And as it says here in the template guide, you are expected to refresh the design of this document as well, given you are a designer and you're trying to kind of sell this idea. Try to create a presentation that is designed in a way that aligns with the direction you're taking your project. That's a very professional thing to do, and it's great to do as a designer, and it's expected of you, I would say, as a designer, to be good at making slide decks and stuff like that. And then your project plan here is where you will, just like last semester, go through and input the tasks you'll be completing at any given stage, at any given week of the project and of the semester. And you'll see, as I talk about a lot more in the course and project overview, stage 1 is 2 weeks long, weeks 1 and 2. Stage 2 is weeks 3 to 5. Stage 3 is weeks 6 to 8. And stage 4 is week 9. Okay? So, like I said, it's going to be moving at a bit more of a rapid pace. So that means it's more important than ever for you to not fall behind, for you to ensure you stay on track, ensure you understand everything that's happening with the course. And there also is the remote team area here on Blackboard for you to access, where you can introduce yourself to one another just like you would have done last semester, providing relevant contact info so that you can create a group chat on WhatsApp or something like that to connect with one another outside of Blackboard to discuss any questions you have with each other about the course, bounce ideas off of one another, right? As you're working even on stage 1, definitely connect with your remote team just to be like, what are you thinking about, right? That can definitely just help to bounce ideas around. And there will be at least one required remote team peer feedback meeting that happens this semester. So it's important for you to connect with one another, make sure you're familiar with each other. It should be classmates that you've seen before. Maybe it won't be though. You might have some people in your remote team that you had last semester just because it's alphabetically done, but due to the way that students register for courses, it couldn't work that you had the exact same groups. So you might have some familiar faces from last semester, some new ones that can keep it exciting for you. So that gets you, again, started here with the semester and with the course and with your project. But just like with last semester, as you realize the responsibility is now on you to kind of move forward now and sort of determine and figure out what it is you're going to be working on week to week and starting to put together all of the relevant documents that you need to create in order to do so. Yeah, so that covers, I think, the majority of what I wanted to say in this video. I will include here as well, if you're watching this in week 1, that a new thing that I'm adding this semester is some online drop-in sessions. So those are opportunities for students to just come drop by in an online room if you have any quick questions or you want me to, approve your project or anything like that. I'm happy to. So I'll be sending out information about when that will take place, as well as how to access it and stuff like that. So keep in mind, if you have any questions, that there will be that resource available for you in week 2 to drop by if you would like. And it will happen during the scheduled time you have for this class, as well as any one-on-one meetings will happen during that time as well. There's like one slot that's Monday kind of afternoon, and there's like a Monday evening, kind of a later slot there. So depending on which one of those you're in, I'll be having drop-ins for both sections. So keep that in mind. But yeah, best of luck as you make your way through all of these resources. Please make sure you do go through the course and project overview. It's so important, and it will help you out so much. Even if it seems a bit repetitive, it'll just sort of reinforce a lot of important information to ensure that you will succeed this semester, because you really don't want to fall behind. Given that it's more condensed and it's moving more quickly, it's a lot easier to fall behind, I would say. And I am putting, as I talk about in the other video, a lot more of the responsibility on you. There's less overall submissions in the class. There's more responsibility on you to ensure you really are working on this week to week, that you are making progress in your project, and that you are working towards something that will be great to put on your portfolio and will be a great learning experience for you to have. So looking forward to seeing how your projects all go this semester. I was overall happy to see how they went last semester. I think the Behance case studies really turned out well. I'm hopeful that they have helped some of you with your work placement, perhaps. If it has, you can always let me know. That would be great insight to know. But yes, otherwise, thank you for watching this video, and now on to the next one for you, and best of luck as you make your way through all of these resources and get started on picking and figuring out your project.